four-way matchup alongside someone you're very familiar with, the Sonico. Then there's Kris Brady. And then there's the champion, Levi Shapiro. I just want to know, what's your strategy going into this four-way match, Alan?
You guys are already booing me. Please stop. Listen, all of you here, you all owe me a thank you. You owe me a thank you because I took time out of my very, very, very busy schedule to come to this podunk town, Eugene, Oregon, this disgusting, putrid city of Eugene, Oregon. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the front man of professional wrestling, Alan Angels. And by the end of the night, when I do beat those 3 local indie wrestlers, you guys are not only going to be calling me the YouTube champion, you're going to be calling me the front man of POW Pro Wrestling.
Hey there, Powder Keg. It's time for another episode of POW Pro Wrestling, the best wrestling to hit YouTube this side of the metropolis. And mister, we just heard from Alan Angels, the Impact Wrestling star, making his way to POW Pro Wrestling this week with a very specific mission. He is one of the 4 individuals fighting in this week's main event for the Wrestling with Wregret YouTube Championship. It's going to be him, it's going to be Kris Brady, it's going to be Sonico, who Alan Angels knows a thing or two about around these parts, and of course, the YouTube champion himself, brother Levi Shapiro, is going to have his back against the wall.
What a wicked web you've woven here, Brian Zane, to undermine the newly established 3rd reign of the greatest Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion that has ever lived, good brother Levi Shapiro.
Well, certainly he is the longest reigning, has the most combined days out of any previous YouTube champion, and yes, he is the first ever 3-time champion. So, in that sense, in a past life when Levi and I were actually on the same side, I'd be very proud of him for that. But no, he wants to hitch his wagon to Brother Zitchard and, of course, to you, Outlandish Enterprises. So, I'm going to do a little thing and just take my property back. But we're going to talk about that. That's for the main event, folks. But I heard recently that the Academy, you know, Nick Radford and Tom Allman, I heard that they wanted some ring time this week to grade the POW Pro Wrestling Tag Team Division? What's this all about?
Well, folks, I suppose class is in session. We are joined this week here on POW Pro Wrestling by the Academy. That's the Poet Laureate of Professional Wrestling, Nick Radford, the Educated Enforcer, Tom Allman. Now, normally, I prefer these guys to act there in the library, be seen, not heard, but they've requested this time this week to grade the tag team division here at POW.
First, I want to reintroduce ourselves. Do you see a book? Why do we need a book? We have it memorized. If you stop interrupting the show, maybe you'll get what you want.
Listen, we have a lot of material to get through, so we would appreciate your cooperation and your silence.
I feel like we should have expected better from a collegiate town like Eugene.
You would think.
But I'm not seeing a lot of master's degrees among the people here tonight. There's 2 in the ring. That might be the only 2 in the building. as I was saying, I am the educated enforcer, Tom Allman. This is the poet laureate of professional wrestling, Nick Radford. And instead of poetry, because our friend in the front row ruined it for you, we're going to evaluate the rest of the tag teams here at POW Pro Wrestling. The Midnight Heat, the honorable mention, because they're not here every month, because they're doing big things. Great team, perhaps the best team not named the Academy in the Pacific Northwest. And why? Because they wrestle and they're smart enough to know what they need to do to get the job done.
The next team is the Hammer Bros. Now listen, they've had a banner year. They're the POW Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. But if there is one tool that is missing from their toolbox, it's another H word, humility.
Yes.
And maybe they just learned a little bit of that.
I hope so. They weren't wearing their hats, so hopefully they got it. This brings us to 2/3 of the Super Aces, the Flaming Aces. Another, yes! Great guys, great talent. Unfortunately, their namesake betrays them. You see, aces can be 1 or 11. And too often they do not show up. They give you the 1 when they need to be the 11.
Next we have Death Threat. I mean, what can I really say about them? What can I really say about this team? Other than, I think they need to focus a little more on the threat part of their name. But every time I try to bring it up, it lands on deaf ears.
Okay. These guys we know very well. Guillermo Rosas, Cody Chum C4, the hottest act in the Pacific Northwest. Give it up for C4. 2 of the best wrestlers in the area. Unfortunately, every time they step in the ring with us, it's not C4, it's C-Floor. Stating facts, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Moving on. We have the Blanchards. Now, the Blanchards helped build the Pacific Northwest. There wouldn't be a POW Pro Wrestling if not for these guys. But at the end of the day, B can also stand for bye Blanchards.
That's just crass.
And finally, there is one team that has stood above the rest. One team who has reached up and grabbed that brass ring to really make an impact. One team to get an A, and A stands for the Academy.
Well, I would argue that they graded themselves on a curve. Well, there you have it, folks.
We're already out here.
The Academy has made their... Wait a minute. What is this?
It's a costume contest.
A couple of cosplayers, what an honor!
Look at this, folks. It's Dub and Dangerous.
They're so cute.
Great, guys.
And they're dressed up.
Here, we gotta show those things off.
Dressed like the Academy. Look at this. You got Stephen Bradley as Nick Radford. He's got the book and everything. I don't know where he got that. And then you've got Frankie Dub. Well, keep in mind, it's the smaller man of the team as Tom Allman.
Look at these costumes. It's really an honor. Thank you, guys.
The on button's there. On button's there, Frankie. Yep. We gotta work on it together.
Let me tell you why we got a mic, brother. I'm a working man.
Wait a minute.
But I'm also a man of culture. You know what I'm saying? So I've been reading a little bit of old literature like Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. I've been reading Killers of the Flower Moon. What? And not only that, but I've been getting festive. I've been getting a little bit of Ray Bradbury, Something Wicked This Way Comes. What? I've been reading a little bit of, maybe you heard of Bram Stoker's Dracula. What? A little bit of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I thought with the bald cap and the vest.
I thought he didn't sound much like Allman.
I can sign that for you. Wait, Wait, is that my book?
It's a ruse. Now, I don't know what you would grade the Academy for their seeming inability to recognize somebody they just fought a few weeks ago. This fight is all over the place now. Allman and Radford not too pleased with this little prank that Dove and Dangerous have pulled. Oh boy, things are not looking good for Frankie. Oh, poor Frankie and his bald head comes crashing down. And I tell you what, I think that this little poke and fun, this cause for mischief and merriment by Dove and Dangerous did not go the way they intended it to go. It is chaotic here, folks, but you better believe that this rivalry between these two teams not over yet. Will it be detention for Dove and Dangerous? We gotta find out somewhere soon. Look at this, Radford's foaming at the mouth. Folks, we have got to take a break here. We have got the Fatal 4-Way for the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship coming up next. Brother Levi, that's his real name, defending against Kris Brady, Sonico, and Alan Angels.
It was a few weeks ago that the Midnight Heat returned to POW Pro Wrestling and issued a challenge to the reigning champions, the Hammer Brothers. But before they can have their battle for the gold, next week, the Workhorsemen, J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry, come to POW Pro Wrestling to soften up the champions. Let's hear from Jack and Sledge about that match right now.
Iron sharpens iron. Workhorsemen, we know we've got our work cut out for us when we step in the ring with you, but we welcome the challenge. No doubt, this'll be our toughest job yet, but the Hammer Brothers will get the job done. You're used to punching in and knocking people out, but when you enter the destruction zone and go toe to steel toe with the Hammer Bros, you're gonna get pounded, pummeled, and pulverized. You boys have quite the resume. You boys have quite the body of work, and we could go on and on about the places you've been and the things you've done. But we're not here to kiss ass or lick boots. We're here to put our boots in somebody's ass. So buckle up, tool bags, because we're about to take you straight to Pound Town. Because when you're a hammer, everybody looks like a nail!
I give that segment an A for appropriation. Dove and Dangerous trying to skip a couple of classes, skip a couple of grades, get up into the graduating class by wearing the attire, the costumes of the Academy. Well, what did it work out for them, huh? It worked out in a brawl with the Academy, and when the Academy gets their hands on them, they're going to send Dove and Dangerous back to attention, doing the little finger paintings where they belong.
Certainly, the students trying desperately to defeat the teachers. This feud between the Academy and Dove and Dangerous has been warring here at POW for some time now, and after that little game that the Academy had grading, let's just say, I think they were grading the rest of the division on a big curve, negatively, let's just say. But this war between them and Dove and Dangerous, far from over. Now folks, like I said, this week's main event is going to be a big one, the Fatal 4-Way for the YouTube Championship, as Levi Shapiro defends against three of the hottest competitors I have assembled for a match such as this. You already heard from Alan Angels, now we're going to hear from everyone's favorite homeboy, Kris Brady. All right, Kris, I know things feel a little chaotic for me right now, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. Levi Shapiro being the YouTube champion, 5 years ago was something I was proud of. But now he's aligned himself with Zicky Dice, that outlandish Enterprises nonsense. He's making me and the brand look bad. And quite frankly, I'm not going to stand for that. So Kris, you're the guy I got in this fight, all right? You're the horse I got in this race. I need you to focus. I need you to not let me down. And most of all, I need you to stick it to Brother Levi.
Oh, Brother Levi's not the only one that's going to get it stuck to tonight. Tonight, everybody's favorite homeboy, live and in color, once again in Eugene, Oregon. I'm walking out the new YouTube champion, and there's nothing Levi, Zicky, Sonico, or Alan fucking Angels is gonna do about it. And that's on everything, partner.
YouTube champion, timeless Levi Shapiro.
Well, to give you an idea of how much respect he treats the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship today, look at what Levi has done. He's wearing the belt backwards. He might as well drag it on the floor while he's at it. Levi feeling pretty good about himself. And apparently now we are going to be, okay, it's very cramped back here, gentlemen. We are joined, we are joined now, it seems, as it were, by the POW Pro Wrestling Champion.
Oh, hello, Brian.
POW Pro Wrestling Champion Zicky Dice, and the impresario of POW, that's Mr. Ooh La La.
Bonjour, the whole. You better watch what you say, Brian Zane. You better watch what you say. I can hear everything.
How about you watch what you say? I'm the commissioner. Now look at this. We have a fatal four-way for the YouTube Championship, and right now the ring is quickly.
Come on, Levi, end it here, Levi. Levi told me he's got 3 power slams in this match, and he makes it happen. I owe him $75.
Here we go.
Here's number 1.
We've got Kris Brady here going up against the only 3-time champion. Could be it though. Angels
Levi,
the
break
roll
that
up. 2. No, wait a minute.
Oh my
Sonico
God.
now rolling up. Angels. Another 2 count. Wow.
How dare you put Brother Levi in this situation, Brian Zane?
How dare I? How dare I? Tell you what, Levi put himself in this situation when he decided to turn his back on me and join y'all's enterprise.
Well, let me tell you something, Brian Zane. I had my little cousin waiting for Levi to make me wait for this match.
There's no weight limits in the YouTube division.
Oh, well then.
No,
I don't know why I had my cousin playing.
Big hip toss, followed up with a drop kick by everyone's favorite homeboy.
He's not my homeboy, and I ain't taking a drop kick from any homeboy. He's my least favorite homeboy. You're not wrong, mister.
Of course, Zicky, you were the one who got intimately familiar with Brady and Jaden, breaking up that #1 contendership match.
Yeah, well, you remember what happened there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how'd that end? How'd that go for him? Yeah, that's right.
Well, we don't have a #1 contender.
Well, Levi's gonna end this right here. There it is, big splash. Show him, Levi.
Brother Levi now asserting his strength here.
That's timeless right there. This is a clinic. This is a gift for POW Pro Wrestling.
Oh, the ring shook, catches him and brings him down with a power slam.
That's one of them.
All right, you're 1/3 correct.
Come on, Levi. Classic maneuvers here by timeless brother Levi Shapiro. His work.
Oh,
my! You gotta. That's not fair.
Sonico pulling out the champion. Keep in mind, this is Levi's first official real match since he quote-unquote won the YouTube title. Look at this big arm drag by Sonico.
He won that. That was a match he was paid. He won that fair and square over Zicky Dice. It was a shocking upset.
Oh yeah, call it that. Here might be an upset. If Sonico were to become the new YouTube champion, remember
that would upset me.
He and Levi faced off for the interim championship earlier in the year.
And Levi knows that these guys work a little faster than he does, okay?
Oh, look at
That's
this.
why he's going to use his power to his advantage and wrap it up.
Now here we go, Angels and Sonico. These two are no strangers to each other, certainly.
They have had some
there it is.
disagreements in other promotions for sure.
The blood has been shed. We've seen a lot of, look at this.
My God.
Turnabout's fair play. This is a hazardous area for fans to walk by, but be that as it may, there's been a lot of trip-ups in the early goings of this matchup.
Now we're having a dance-off. Brian, let me see his dance. Talk to him.
Now,
Levi, go ahead and strut in there. Show him how you strut, baby. Don't worry about this. Talk to the brains of the operation here, Brian Zane, Brother Levi. We're on your side.
Wait, who amongst you is the brains?
You!
Oh.
He's mad at me for this match. You set this up. This is your work. You stacked the deck against Brother Levi.
Oh, well, I was wondering who was the brains of Outlandish Enterprises, but I think that answer is to be determined.
We know who the brains are. Oh, right into a fan out there. That's always lovely.
Well, hopefully his food didn't spill. And now you see Angels and Shapiro forming what has to be an untenable bond here, an alliance, as it were. Oh!
Outlandish Enterprises is not hiring.
Well, look at this. Well, you see there, Angels only wanted to help him as far as to knock Brady down, not letting him get the cover.
It's a little tactic here. Alan Angels act like he was Brother Levi's friend, but then look at that.
Oh. This is a fatal four-way match for the most prestigious championship on all of YouTube, folks.
We got one of them down. One's
Oh!
gone.
No! Ouch! Ouchies! That cannot feel good in the knuckles. And Brady now, he's coming in strong here, but in return,
Sonico's back out of nowhere now.
Oh, here we go now. Oh! Smacks right to the face of the Lucha Ghoul. I tell you what, look at this now. Look at the athleticism of Brady. I tell you what, Sonico, he's had that shoulder brace for so long, it's grown hair.
These kind of fast-paced matches favor someone like Kris Brady, which is why I'm sure you put him in this match there, Brian.
I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to get a little anxious, a little worried here with the matchup, what's going down. I'm not feeling so well.
Triple your pleasure.
Not looking great for Brother
What
Levi
do you know
here.
about triple the pleasure, Brian? Say nothing. Nothing.
No comment.
Sipping.
Brady standing tall here. Could be having some follow-up on his mind. Perhaps the ghettoest
Levi.
moonsault ever. No.
Oh.
Nothing.
He saw that coming, landed on his feet.
Eat that, homeboy.
Angels now looking to capitalize. Big attack from behind. Of course, it was Angels a couple of months ago who won the Ultimate X on the 1000th episode of Impact Wrestling. Zicky, how's business? Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Zicky, guys.
Business is great. I'm with Mr. Lala now. I'm rich.
Zicky guys voluntarily absconded himself from Impact.
And his name is Velon Angels. It spells it with a V.
That drop kick. Dazing Brady, followed up with a power bomb. Look out, dental plan. That's gonna knock some teeth loose. Could be new champion. Oh, we almost had ourselves a new.
Brian, let me ask you, can you honestly see one of these guys representing wrestling with regret? Come on now, be honest with yourself.
I can honestly see any of these men representing wrestling with regret.
No, you have the best Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion ever right now.
I had the best.
Yeah, me. And I gave you the second best, who is now the best because Atlantis Enterprise has trained him to be that.
There we go.
And he's a three-time champion.
Oh my gosh. You know, I hate to say that I'm impressed, but I am impressed a little bit.
Sonico's got some moves for sure.
They don't call him the Lucha Ghoul for nothing. Look out!
Oh, right through the middle there.
Oh my goodness, splitting the upright. Somebody's drink is no more. I tell you what, you never know what you're gonna get and who's gonna fall into whose lap here in POW Pro Wrestling.
That was right through the corner of the turnbuckle.
I mean, he really
precision maneuver there by Sonico of sorts.
Give it to him, Levi.
He really threaded the needle there.
See, this is where Levi can really capitalize.
Oh,
here's number two. That's number two.
Hey, you're not.
One more, and that's $75.
You're not wrong.
He's got him. No.
Oh, Levi
One more big slam, Levi. Give him the one more big slam, my brother.
Within an eyelash of retaining the YouTube Championship, a belt that's been held by individuals such as yourself, Sticky Guys, by Ali Catch.
And they fall out of the World Prize Arena here.
Here we go now. Into the corner goes Brady. Levi does not connect, but Brady does. Drop kick sending Shapiro into the corner. And now Brady,
gotta get out of there,
this could be his best opportunity. Angels and Sonico seem to be out of the picture for the time being.
They might be fighting in the alleyway.
I've seen the homeboy eyeing this championship. He almost stole it out of Levi's bag. There you go. There you
Hard
go.
landing for Brady. Levi going for
There
a
you
fist
go.
drop.
That's what I'm talking about, Levi.
Wait a minute, where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. Mind your own business.
It feels very uncomfortable all of a sudden.
Mind your business.
Hey, now-
Mind your own business.
What? Okay.
That was a slow count.
Well, be that as it may, Levi Shapiro.
Levi, you
he's
need
going
me-
to- what
you
are
need my help? I will be right
What are you
back.
doing?
I have nothing.
What are you doing? Hey. I get it, he's the champion and all, but that does not give him the right. He's got the YouTube championship. That's not your belt, Zicky. What the hell? Mister, how can you oh no! I tell you what, if you're brother Levi, you might need to get that nose fixed again. Look out, Brady now. Turns around, Insecurity. Brother Levi is out on his, he was out on his feet. Now he's just down and out.
Brother Levi's down. This is gone.
Kris Brady, ghettoest moonsault ever. From the heavens, coming down with it. 1, 2, 3. Kris Brady has done it. Kris Brady is the new YouTube champion.
This has gone all kinds of wrong, Brian Zane.
Get the hell out of the way, mister.
Wrestling with Regrets YouTube champion, Kris Brady.
Hot dog! Happy days are here again at Wregret HQ. Everyone's favorite homeboy, the new YouTube champion. Did you see the way he took to the heavens with the ghettoest moonsault ever, crashing down onto brother Levi after, of course, that little mistake between he and brother Zichard?
It's no coincidence that you mentioned peasant food when mentioning that Kris Brady is the new YouTube champion. What happened was Brother Zichard thought that Brother Levi had won the match, so he goes in to congratulate him, to bring him the belt. He goes to give it to him. Kris Brady ducks it, hits Brother Levi in the face, allowing Kris Brady, that no good, everyone's favorite neighborhood homeboy, to secure the victory. Now, if the table had turned and it had been Kris Brady being hit with the belt, I'm sure he would have figured some way to snake in there and change the result, huh?
You know, if wishes were fishes, you know, the whole world would be an ocean. Let's talk about hypotheticals later, but the fact remains, Kris Brady is the new YouTube champion. I never thought I would see the day where the championship would end up in the trap house, but let's be honest, I'm happier that it's there than in the hands of outlandish enterprises.
And then next week, what do we have? Another plan unfolds, because you have a devious plot in store for Brother Zichard in that POW championship involving one devil himself, Drex L.
That's right, it's another Brian Zane special. I announced it recently that Zicky Dice would defend the POW Pro Wrestling Championship against the Devil Drexel in a casket match. It's going to be one spooky night for Brother Zichard and for the rest of Outlandish Enterprises if Drexel gets his way.
Well, Drexel will not get his way. He will be buried, gone forever, just like that painted miscreant Funny Bone that can go, you know, work at a haunted house or something and find something else to do with their time while we reign supreme here at POW.
Well, folks, one has already fallen. The YouTube Championship has changed hands this week. What's going to happen to the fate of the POW Pro Wrestling Championship? We're going to find out next week. And also next week, the Workhorsemen, J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry, make a special visit to POW Pro Wrestling to challenge the Hammer Brothers for those POW Tag Team titles. That's all going to happen next week, folks. But until then, for Mr. Ooh La La, I'm a very happy influencer, Brian Zane, and we'll see you next time.